Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys, and we are back from the village. And it is January, and usually in January there is always a lot of wind. It's always a very windy month. It's windy and dry, so there's a lot of dust. So this is the month that we are in, and it's also a back to school month, and some of us are also going back to work after a long holiday. So this is the state that I found my place in. The weeds had grown all over the place and it was just messy. By the look of my compound, just outside the gate, you could tell that people have not been in this place for quite some time. But not to worry, these are just weeds, and we are going to clean it up, and it's going to go back to normal. So this is my compound. This is how it has been. There's been a lot of weeds, guys, and I don't know if weeds love quiet places because they've really grown, and it only took like a month. We've been away just for 1 month, and yes, you can just see the situation. These are all weeds. Weeds are everywhere. The compound was filled with weeds. But one thing that I was happy about, that my plants were still very alive. They were still very alive. You can see they are all still outstanding. Even the ones that I left, like this one here, I left it when it was still very young, and it has really grown. It has also been raining sparingly. Like today it rains, tomorrow it shines. So that is also very good for the plants and also very good for the weeds. So these plants have been competing. My garden was in a mess. In my compound I have a ballast. We call it the tiny ballast. We call them kokoto chips in Swahili. So this kind of ballast, when it stays for long, weeds always grow on top of it. Like, it's not very thick. When it's still very thick, the weeds do not grow, but when it has stayed for a while, people walking on it, cars being driven on top of it, it tends to disappear. Like they get stuck, I don't know, in the ground, and then the weeds come over it. So this is the situation in my place, guys. It was so bushy. My pepper was really doing good. All those red you're seeing there are peppers that need to be harvested. My kitchen garden was a mess. You could hardly notice what is here. Look at my eggplant. It was really struggling. The weeds had really choked my kitchen garden, but I'm happy that things were still there. I could still see tomatoes. In fact, tomatoes were a lot. And spinach, the eggplant was doing well. The kales were still there, the onions. So this is the other garden that I have. This one was the worst of it all. I could not even go further than that. And also we had also these wild vegetables, the amaranth. It always grows on its own, and it's a good vegetable. So this is how the compound was. Especially this place was bad. It was so bad. I couldn't go beyond this place that I was standing taking this video. The flower beds were not very bad, but also the weeds were there. They needed to be weeded. My plants, that is why I love the hardy plants, you see. They are still there, but this one I'm going to remove it this time round, the plant that died over there. But I loved that all my plants were alive. So I've called in some young boys. They'll be coming in the afternoon to help me weed. This one I couldn't do on my own, and I wanted also a good work, so I called them to come in the afternoon and help me do it. So I'll be sharing with you what they did after. Meanwhile, enjoy watching this video. I came with my sister who lives in the coast, and she had promised to cook for us biriyani. You know, these are coastal foods, and most of the times we don't prepare them quite often, and I don't know how to prepare them. So she came over. She passed by my place while she was on transit to Mombasa, and she made for us a very, very, very good meal. We really, really enjoyed. And my brother was also there with the wife, and we had a very good afternoon. We really enjoyed that meal. Sorry guys, I did not take the process of making that biryani, but I learned it. One day I'm going to do it on camera with you. So this is later on in the evening. The boys had finished clearing up, and I was just collecting the dry leaves and burning them up. So this is the after. This is what it looks like after I called some people to come and help me finish up this work. Now you can see it's very, very clean. It's more clean now. Yeah, and they did a good work. You can see the garden is now looking very, very nice. Also the flower beds, it's now looking good. I had to remove that plant that had died, and there's a hole there that I'm planning to put in a new plant. See the compound, all the weeds are gone, and it's actually looking so clean. See, this place was full of weeds. This is what they did, and I'm so happy. Living in a place that is so bushy, you're never sure of what you'll meet. So this is what those people have done. You can see the after. Everything is looking so nice. This is the garden. Here I had planted some collards. We call it skuma matumbo. But when I was away, there's a hen that used to come here from my neighbor, and it ate all the skuma the kales that I had planted here. But the only thing that survived are the spinach. You can see just a few of them because there was no one to take care of them. So the garden is very clean. You can go round and round. I don't know what I'm going to put here because the season that we're going in is a very dry one. But I'd rather it remains like this clean than when it's so bushy. So all the chaff was put there under the banana trees, and there it is. Yeah, so it's clean work. I love it. Now I can come under the mango tree and look for ripe mangoes without any fear. I can easily come here. This is pumpkin. I don't like planting pumpkins because the way they grow so widely, but I want to keep this so that I can monitor it and maybe put it over here, over the fence, over this line. This is where I'm going to put it. And now the mangoes are. I also found a sweet potato. This one I did not plant. They just found it here when they were weeding, when they were removing the weeds from here. I don't know if it will survive. I'll just leave it here. Of weeding, I got this vegetable. These are spinach, and these are amaranth. There are too many, and they are really fresh. So these ones I'm going to pluck them out from the stalk. It's a very nice vegetable, organic. This one always come on its own, and it can be wild if left. So they removed it, and I'm going to pluck out the leaves for food, for vegetable. So later on, I prepared the vegetable, and I was really amazed by the amount of the veggies that I got from that small bunch. It was a lot. This could serve me like 2 meals if I mix it with other vegetables. It's a good one. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking up to this time, and thank you for the love and support. So see you guys in my next video, and have a happy new year once again. We're still in January, so it's the year is still new. Bye bye.